The last game of this day 4 here in Vendôme, and the game of this night session between Brazil and Canada. The both team has the same result since the beginning of the week. 1 victory each time against France and 2 defeats. Canada lost to China and to Italy. Brazil lost to the USA and to China. Well, it's quite easy to understand that both teams need 3 points. And with a good news to start this game, Hélène, we have Angelina Doleza on field. She was sitting in the stands for the three first days, and she is back. She was batting for her birthday, some injury at her leg, but she's now warming up, which is a good news for the Canadian side.
And bad news also for the Canadian side is that Jennifer Oakes is no longer in Vendôme Volley Nancy. She had to fly back to Canada, and she was one of the key players for this Canadian team. Anyway, we can count on the Canadian side to try their best to take their revenge after the final they lost in 2022 versus Brazil, the final of the World Championship. It was a 3-set loss for the North Americans.
And
they also lost twice in Tokyo Paralympic Games, 3-2 in the pool stage, then it was a 3-1 loss for the bronze medal. But Canadian won the last match between the 2 teams in an international competition. It was in last October in Cairo, Egypt for the World Cup. The Canadian then won 3-1.
And for Jennifer Oakes, nothing to do with a medical issue. This flyback, it's just for a great family event. And she will be back in Europe for the next preparation event. Because for sure, they will need her for the Paralympics, starting at the end of August. Both teams entering the court of this Parc des Sports in Vendôme. The last of the 3 games of this day 4. We are still in the round-robin stage. And as you know, it will all stand up here for the national anthem of Canada and Brazil.
Mesdames et messieurs, dans le public, je vais vous demander de vous lever. Merci. Please rise for the national anthem of Canada.
And we will start with the national anthem of Canada. And the national anthem of the Verde from Brazil. This game is important to know who will be playing in which game on Sunday for the big final day. While we have a good idea of what the final could look like, it might be the USA against China, because China has one game remaining tomorrow. It will be against France, and they should also reach 12 points. The USA already have 12 right now, and then we have Italy third with 6, and then Brazil and Canada with 3, which means if any of the two teams earn 3 points today, they will be tied with Italy at the 3rd place. Players shaking their hands. They know each other for a long time. As you told it, and they played against each other a lot. Let's see what Nickelban and Fernando Lages Guimarães will decide for the starting 6.
One indication already for Brazil yesterday, best of friends. Giselle was with the libero jersey. She's back with a field player jersey, so she should play as a setter. And Nuria will be the libero.
Well, Giselle did absolutely well as a libero. Nuria played well on the field, but it was against France. It's never easy to have a great idea of their performance. We'll have in a few seconds both referees coming on court.
Here they are, and the first referee is Pierrick Lebalch from France. He will be assisted by Eldar Zulfugarov from Azerbaijan.
And the USA will be represented at the video challenge with Gigi Prieto in task for this last game of this day 4 here in Vendôme.
Allez, tout de suite, now the 6th start for the Canada, Team Canada.
We start with the starting 6 of Canada. Jody Kozun, not a big surprise. Captain Daniel Ellis. The only remaining setter, Sarah Melanka. Of course, Heidi Peters. Felicia Voss-Shafik, she also had a good game yesterday, even if Canada lost. And Alison Lang, who is now in the starting 6 because of Jennifer Oakes leaving the team earlier than scheduled. And Jolan Wong as a libero with the red jersey.
For Brazil, number 1, Bruna Nascimento Lima.
So for Brazil with number 1, Bruna, with number 3, Giselle.
Number 7,
Will be one of the two setters. Natalie, number 7, Sue Ellen, number 8, the captain, Janaina Petit, and Liana, number 12. The libero, as we said previously, is Nuria.
Well, it's the strongest side that the Brazilian coach can put on court. And the purpose for him is for sure to win this one, because Brazil will have a tough last game tomorrow against Italy. Canada will be taking on the USA.
Allez, mesdames et messieurs, vous avez le droit d'applaudir encore une fois chaleureusement et sportivement les deux équipes qui sont présentes.
Brazil won the toss,
Le coup d'envoi de ce
and they will
match.
be serving first in this game. We're still in this round robin phase. It's round 4. We only have one remaining before the 3 finals on Sunday, starting at 11 in the morning, 11, 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. for the gold medal final.
Service Team Brazil, number 8, Suelen Delangenta Lima.
Well, we didn't see Stu Ellen playing yesterday, but probably she didn't lost all her skills.
And she has a great server. Immediate illustration.
Here we are for the transition set. Peters with the second hand. And that's the first one for Canada.
And she also is one of the very best servers in the world. Best server as well in the World Cup and in Tokyo Paralympics. And that's an ace for Heidi Peters.
Good serve by Canadian number 11.
Second point, Team Canada.
Good reception, and she's here to cover. Too short this time for Sara Melanka. And that's the first point for Brazil in this game. Bruna. She also played yesterday against France. And she's once again in the starting six of Fernanda Guimarães.
Yeah, for the first two games versus China and USA, Andressa was in the starting six for Brazil. She's now replaced by Bruna.
We have to take care, Hélène, between Andressa and Andressa, who is the head coach of Vendôme Nancy. There could be quite a confusion if you're common with French volleyball.
French professional volleyball club.
Canada, 2 points, Brazil.
Deep serve for Giselle. Peters behind the 2-meter line, and she has a strong start in this game. And she's already back.
No,
No, not yet in the front row. That was just too quick. One thing is sure, Danielle Ellis is the next to serve.
Anyway, as we saw on the previous point, she can hit as hard from back row as at the net.
Good serve. And Nuria is beaten on this one. Even if she moved really quick, she couldn't control this ball. Great serve by Danielle Ellis.
L'équipe du Canada et l'équipe brésilienne, on compte sur vous bien sûr.
Peters once again with the blockout against Layana. Layana blocked this serve well, but then couldn't do any better than the blockout on this one. 6-2 lead for Canada.
An impressive start by Heidi Peters, scoring I think 5 out of the 6 points of her team.
And the net fault called against Brazil. And that's the first time out for Fernando Lagas Guimarães. Brazilian team already have a 5-point deficit early in this first set. Well, from what we saw, we could think before the game that Brazil is favorite on this one, especially since Jennifer Oakes left the team. But you never know what will happen on court, and it's still a long way to go. It's only a 7-2 points to lead for Canada.
Et également, à 14h30, nous avons eu le match Italie-Chine qui s'est soldé par une victoire de la Chine 3-7-0.
Danielle Ellis is ready. Touched by Layana once again. That's a free ball for Brazil. Nathalie to set it. And Janaina Petit for her first point of the game. The Brazilian captain with her number 10. And she's now sitting in the back row, about to serve. Smart one. Good dig by Nuria. Oh, great cover, this one by Kazun.
And Bianca second and got blocked, and Nickelban is asking for lifting.
Le score, 7 points.
No such decision by the two referees.
Good reception, Kazun in position 2. Oh, this one dancing on the net and falling on the Canadian side. And Brazil already fighting back. A well-taken timeout for Fernanda Lages Guimarães.
I think this ball was touched, yeah, and Liana is saying that she touched the ball.
Would you like a green card for this fair play action by Liana?
It would deserve one indeed.
Julie Kazun from Melfort. Great spike, but what a dig by Daniel Ellis. Kazun just a bit too late on this one to leave it alive. Liana for her first serve of this game. Just a bit too long. Careful, careful with the ball. We are lucky to have a video challenge. Don't destroy it. Good blocking action by Shuelem. It looked like a fourth touch. That's one too much.
7 points, Brazil.
In Brazil, number 7, Natalie, ready to serve. That's by Bruna.
And nice set by the Canadian libero, Jonan Wong.
Too long for Melanka. And the first rotation is over. We are back with Shuelem. Peter Chetel, the set for Daniel Ellis. Well played through the middle. Good back set. Wong defending this one. Just had a great dive under this ball, but not enough control to keep it in the limits. Good reception. Ellis, very strong, and that's a good spike. To give a 3-point lead to Canada. Good block by Kozun over Jana and Apetier. And that will be a challenge requested by Fernando Lages Guimaraes. Of course, the net was moving.
Le geste de l'arbitre. Challenge.
Was it because of Julie Cousin's hand? Well, she's not quite sure that she scored the point without touching the net. We'll see what this video challenge has in store.
Le résultat sur l'écran
With
géant.
Gigi Prieto, you can see a gray shirt on this one. She was the first referee of the first game today. China won 3 sets to 0 against Italy. Then the USA won 3 sets to 0 against France. And Canada is currently leading provisionally 13-9.
Le résultat de ce challenge vidéo, le motif, le net touch.
No net touch.
Le challenge vidéo était demandé par l'équipe du Brésil.
Ball played by Janaina.
In front of 2 blockers, she had to be smart on this one. Janaina, who used to be a volleyball international player in her young years before getting an injured ankle.
Substitution.
First substitution with Jennifer Macris coming in for Alison Lang. I just watched Jennifer Macris during warm-up, and she's able to spike very strong too. Despite the defeat yesterday, she had a good game against Italy. Lagana as strong as possible, but out of bounds. This one is a big mistake, far away from the court limits. Daniel Ellis, Canadian captain. Oh, great serve, and what a reception from Nuria. Natalie on the line, just touching Jolan Wong's head.
All 3 actions on the Brazilian side were just perfect.
Macris. It sounds like touch by the block. I was pretty sure to hear something, but that's not Kerry Clevage's decision for the moment. And so, Nicolban decides to challenge it.
We can see in the slow motion provided by Arnaud Bessard, our live stream director. But let's wait for the official video on the official decision.
Well, on this slow motion, it didn't look like this. I just thought I heard something, but with the headphones, it's not quite sure. Gigi Prieto has a lot of work in this first set with already a second video challenge.
Attention, le résultat du challenge vidéo.
Tough to see. They're trying to zoom in to have a better view, a better angle.
Le motif de ce challenge vidéo est affiché avec un block touch. Le challenge vidéo
No
est
block
perdu
touch.
pour le Canada. Le point est confirmé pour le Brésil. 14, Canada.
You see, you cannot trust what you hear.
14, 13.
14 for Canada, 13 for Brazil. Well played by Melanka. Natalie wasn't even trying to do some blocking action as she was so sure it would be a set.
She was almost on the 2-meter line, so she is at net, but she took her chance.
Well played by Zhezhou. She found the space with her spiker just in between the two blockers.
Substitution from the Brazil team.
Pamela
In number 5.
will serve in place of Liana.
Number 12. Liana Rodriguez Batista.
Well, she showed yesterday her serve skill. She's able to serve very well.
Le ballon.
Kleba is getting upset with the ball kid.
Yeah, I think she was taking her time because it was a long distance throw and she didn't want to miss it. Eventually, she did great, this little ball girl.
Still a 2-point lead for Canada. Good reception and Sue Ellens for the middle. That's a great connection. Good reception, good set by Natalie. And great conclusion for Sue Ellen.
And Bruna was waiting this quick set for Heidi Peters.
And Nickelband told her she had the option of the block out when she has such a strong blocker in front of her.
It was an interesting move with Heidi Peters going for a back set, so there was only one blocker in front of Felicia Vosch-Shafik.
And Brazil is now in front, 17-16. Melanka for
Here
Peters.
is the back set for Heidi Peters, but Bruna followed. And it's a second monster block.
And timeout for Canada, since Brazil is leading 18-16 in this first set. Today's last game here in Vendôme before turning tomorrow to day 5 and 3 more games at 4 p.m. Brazil against Italy, at 6 China against France, and in the night session we'll have the USA taking on Canada.
Allez, je vous rappelle demain, samedi, prochain match à 16h, Brésil, Italie à 18h, Chine contre la France et à 20h.
Having a first look on the schedule, I saw that Italy was not lucky to play every day the very first game, except that they systematically play versus a team that played the last game of the previous day, so they may have opponents a little bit tired, so eventually it could be an advantage for Italy.
So Pierre Klebach is getting to know Daniel Ellis after this timeout. Natalie. Another back set for Peters. Melanka, free ball for Brazil. That's a well-deserved point for Canada now, after such a long rally. Just a bit of mopping before going back to Sarah Melanka. Second time in a row that Melanka is missing her serve. Well, Heidi Peters is really positive, shows the distance, missing only a few centimeters, but that's still out. And then
I think Brazil is quite happy to have side out this position on a miss serve, because this is not the easiest one for them with Giselle in position 4.
But the best contact Daniel Ellis could imagine on this reception, and they will directly change the way they will organize in reception, with Jolan Wong taking a lot of place in the center of the backcourt. Touch by Peters, and the counter block by Janaina. And the second timeout for Nicole Ban. She knows it, and the scoreboard shows it. Brazil is in front, and only 4 points away to win this first set.
Canadienne à votre droite en maillot noir et en maillot jaune. Vous avez le droit également de les applaudir et de les encourager. L'équipe brésilienne. Elle n'attend que vous et que vos encouragements publics.
And when you know how good Shu Ellen is able to serve, they also have a big task here to side out this one, and a substitution with Adria coming in for Giselle, just to increase the block 8 on Brazilian side.
And out number 3, Giselle Costa-Diaz.
What a great serve. This one diving just in front of Jolan Wong.
Another substitution for Canada. Felicia Vershafik is out, and Kathleen Wright is in.
Kathleen Wright, number 14, and out number 15, Felicia Vershafik.
Another short one by Shu Ellen. And this one is in for Daniel Ellis.
A great set by Heidi Peters.
Well, it's maybe a good...
Daniel Ellis is a very experienced player, playing for our country since 2009.
He's out back and court, and if Peters has some trick in store, could be a good moment, because Canada is 4 behind.
It's not easy to read where Giselle gonna set the ball, only with wrist. Only one blocker.
Pamela out, Liana in. Sounds quite logical, since Liana is now sitting in the front row. Pamela is not the tallest player of the Brazilian side. And Luisa will come in.
No,
but this
Federica
time
Balch refused the substitution and will call Janaina, certainly to explain that it was a delay. And it's a yellow card for Fernando Lagas Guimaraes.
So we have to count this one in the yellow card race. It's a second one for Guimaraes in this competition, and he's now leading in front of Escala. And the Chinese head coach, strange decision, but still. And this point is for Brazil, and it will be a first set point for the Ori Verde. This time is fine for Luisa. Yes, of course. He played the full game.
Not yet, as Nicole Ben asked for a challenge video, kind of a timeout.
I mean, there's something.
She wanted to have the opportunity to talk with her player.
If I were Luisa,
she doesn't really care about the result of this video challenge.
If I were Luisa, I would just leave the arena. It's not my day to play. I just leave and go back at the hotel.
Would be a little bit fed up by all this and say, hey, you know.
And Fernando Guimaraes is asking if he has any chance to bring Luisa in after this challenge. Or maybe he has to send a special request to Gigi Prieto. Yeah, Lebaj waiting for the decision of this block touch or not. In France, we have this expression, never two without three, so normally Luisa won't be able to enter the court, but that's just the theory.
She gets ready to jump out of the bench.
For sure.
And
decision.
Warming her shoulder to serve.
Block touch. Looked far away from the forearm. So Luisa is coming in for the third time. Amazing moment. She's allowed to enter the court. And she played all 3 sets yesterday against France. We got her on an after-match interview. And that's a set point for Brazil. Tough reception, and this one is the good one for Brazil. 25-18 in this first set.
And it was a good idea for Fernando Guimaraes to eventually have Luisa on the court, as her serve was almost a winner.
But both teams were in contention until the middle of this first set. And then Brazil appeared to be stronger and won this one with a very smart substitution by Fernando Lagas Guimaraes. I'll give you one more time tomorrow's schedule. With Brazil playing again in the first game against Italy at 4 p.m. French time. China against France. I wouldn't say this one is unpredictable. And at 8 p.m., the last game of this round robin stage between the USA and Canada. And we're pretty good here in this arena of the Parc des Sports de Vendôme because it's raining outside here in the Grand Test area. And we have the Chinese side sitting in the stand to watch this game.
Just after their winning game versus Italy in the afternoon, the Chinese girls go to have a little workout session.
Well, they call it stretching, but it looked like a weightlifting session. Anyway, they have pretty much time to prepare, and the game tomorrow, as we said, is not the hardest one they will have to play against France.
Yeah, even if they are a little bit tired, they should normally have an easy win over France.
Le volley assis avec ces deux équipes qui jouent sur un terrain de 6 par 5, 6 mètres par 5.
Can Canada have a reaction in this second one? It's not quite the same team with or without Jennifer Oakes. And we're pretty sure she's connected on this live stream back in Calgary.
And Jennifer McCreesh will start the second set.
The same starting six for Brazil. Nuria will be in. But this first serve of the second set is for Sarah Melenka. There's a lot of people connecting back home in Vegreville. But Shafik for the cover. And we thought the most difficult was done in this point.
Yeah, it was this quick slide by Vosh Shafik to keep the ball up, but then a misunderstanding between Melenka and Wong.
Good block by Janaina Petit.
Yeah, she was the best blocker in the World Cup in 2003. 23, sorry. In 2003, she was
Maybe a test
maybe
event
still
for
playing
Athens.
volleyball.
2004. Q1 for Brazil with Heidi Peters and her great serving skills. It's far away, this one. Pretty risky.
A lifting whistle by Eldar Sulfugarov. Again, Janaina Petit, I think.
Good dig on this bike by Liana once again. And good block by Janaina Petit. No lifting that time. And Brazil is leading in the second set, 4 points to 2. Good dig by Petit. Oh, this one was deep for McCreesh. Well, the quality of the set is clearly not optimal on the Canadian side. And Nickelban just asking everybody just to calm down. We just focus on the process. That's what she told us on Wednesday night after her second game. Oh, great spike behind the 2-meter line. Janaina sitting in the back row on this one. And timeout for Canada. 6.22 for Brazil.
Timeout for the Canada team.
Doesn't look easy for Canada to find solution against this Brazilian side.
Yeah, Canada is definitely not the same team with or without Jennifer Oaks. They had a very good start in this match, but they are now struggling as Brazil is pushing more and more.
Captain Joanna Petit about to serve for the 9th point of this second set. That's a net fault on this spike by Julie Kazoon.
So Liana had generously offered a free ball to Canada.
Good by Peters, but good defense by Nuria. Macris with the fake, and this one works. If Canada wants to bring something in this game, they will all have to play at their top level.
And she's not happy with herself.
I'm not sure that she was looking for such a tip.
That was well done by Macris.
This is for Natalie.
Oh, good cover by Nuria. Whoa! One hand back set by Giselle. She has definitely golden hands, whether she uses one or two, it's just the same.
Yeah, and she showed us yesterday that she's also
Oh,
one
yeah,
of the best libero in the place.
Wonderful libero.
A 5-point lead for Brazil. Very early in this second set. Brazil won the first one 25-18. Well done by Milanka, but what a dig by Janena.
So eventually the net fault was done by Canada.
Yeah, whistled by Eldar Zulfugarov. Azerbaijan referee officiating as the second day. Oh, this one is out.
That was risky, so to leave Milanka without any blocker. But it proved to be the good solution.
What are we waiting? Is there any challenge request?
Oh yes, certainly. Yes,
Or is there any issue with the
No.
marker?
with the marker, yeah, Gigi Prieto is behind the score table.
And no
Oh,
challenge
maybe
for the moment?
a rotation problem. No, apparently Liana can serve now.
Good cover by Schuelen.
Oh,
Good
great
dig.
dig by Belanca. Suelen again, and she finds a block out in Kozun end.
It's often a good solution when it doesn't work when you're spiking hard. And an 11th point for Brazil.
Score 3 points, Canada 10 points,
8 points ahead. And Jennifer Macris will leave the field for Alison Lang.
out. Number 17, Alison Long. And 16, Jennifer Marcus.
Sure, it was sure it was out. Liana is sure it's in. From our position, it looked in.
Yeah, plus it was in Sue-Ellen back, so definitely Liana was in a better position, and it's not yet on the ground.
Yeah, Liana was very close to decide this one. We saw it again on the slow motion. And Canada is unable to find some solutions right now.
So they're fighting hard back row.
Good one by Alison Lang. Her third year in this Canadian sitting volleyball team. She first came in January 2022.
And a winning serve by Alison Long. This one back set by Natalie, who wasn't bad either.
Gave everything she had on this swing.
6 points Canada, 13
Brazil is leading by 7, and we know how good Sue-Ellen is able to serve. Strong one, and no chance to block this one for Felicia Vos-Shafik.
She almost 2 meters back the service line. So it's a very, very straight trajectory.
14,
If you're not right on the line, it's so tough to block it. John Wong has to move. And Daniel Ellis able to conclude this one. But the gap is still big. Seven points for Canada, 14 for Brazil. Good reception. Giselle with this back set. And she's covering. To just play exactly what has to be played.
Pamela.
Substitution for the Brazil team. Out number 1, Bruna Nascimento Lina.
A lovely substitution. This was a kiss cam substitution.
And after her serve, Pamela will remain for 3 positions back row.
Yeah, she played the full game yesterday.
She is a very good receiver.
Couldn't dig this one. She was too far away in the court.
Great play by Kathleen Wright. Oh no, I was wrong. This time Pamela is off, replaced by the libero, Nuria.
Heidi Peters from position 6. What a great block by Janina Petit. It's so tough to come over the block.
Yeah, so it was not the best option for Heidi Peters to serve in the middle in front of Janina.
And that's already a 17th point for Brazil.
Things are getting more and more difficult for Canada in this second set, and Nickelben has to call a timeout.
It's a strange competition for Canada. They lost 3 sets to none against China and Italy. They're not very comfortable in this game against Brazil, and they will play tomorrow the USA, unbeaten currently in this Women's World SUPER6. Already 4 victories for the US side against Brazil, Italy, China, and France today. They will be taking on Canada tomorrow. Giselle has this strong serve from position 1-1. This one to Heidi Peters. Oh, this chip, and she's covering herself.
It's behind the antenna for Bright. And the score keeps increasing for Brazil.
Kathleen Wright struggling with this outside pass. She is from Edmonton. So is Angelina Dolezar. And Alison Long was born in Edmonton and now living in Montreal. That's a good one by Giselle. That's almost a free ball for Brazil.
The line referee showed it was third by the block.
Fernando Lages Guimaraes doesn't want to hold this video challenge.
Even if all the players were asking him to do so.
Even the staff was wondering why he didn't request this challenge. He's maybe too confident with this.
Yeah, because Danielle Ellis seemed quite happy when she saw the line referee holding his flag. But anyway.
Oh, what a spike by Janine Petit. What can you do, even if you're at the right position? And Heidi Peters was at this right position, but nothing to do on such a powerful spike. Good set, Peters. That's a good job by Julie Kazun. Still a comfortable lead for Brazil. 8 ahead. Bit of mock ping between Natalie and Giselle. Not the right option for Natalie. And Danielle Ellis has another chance to score a winner. To change completely the trajectory. It's well read by Petit. Giselle also had some great soccer skills. A bit too short this time to bring it back in the air. And quite a lucky point for Alison Lang. Oh, what a serve again.
But what pass by Janine Petit.
Ellis for Kozun. Good dig.
Why did they stop playing?
They were pretty sure this ball hit the floor. And Thierry Clabalge is sure it didn't. With the hand of Jolan Wong just going under the ball.
It's not something you can call a video challenge for, but on this slow motion, I definitely think the ball was on the ground and not on Jalan Wong end.
Yeah, that's a big mistake by Pierre Clebage, but anyway, it's like this, the referee...
But it's a big mistake, mainly for Brazilian players. You never stop playing
if you don't hear the whistle.
Yeah.
But for sure, I only know one thing, Fernando Lagues Guimarães won't have any pancake tomorrow morning at breakfast.
La France s'est inclinée également 3-7-0 face à cette équipe des USA actuellement.
Still a 5 points lead for Brazil in this second one. They won the first one, 25-18.
I think Janine Petit is called by Pierre Clebage, and he will ask her to tell her coach to calm down a little bit.
Because he was already lucky enough to get a yellow card today. Probably not a good idea to have a second one. This one is just a bit too long for Xu Ellen, and the comeback is underway.
And Brazil should refocus on the game.
Daniel Ellis serving really well. Free ball for Brazil. Oh, that's too low for
Xu Ellen, yeah.
They're struggling to side this one out. Only 3 behind.
Another great serve by Daniel Ellis. The ball is deflected by Natalie. No reception possible.
Crazy this comeback from Canada. It's not over yet. Another deep serve. Petit behind the 2-meter line, and Joran Wong unable to control this dig. And double substitution coming for Brazil.
Well, no, actually, Pamela was replaced by the liberos, so she has to be back on the court, but just for the substitution. And Bruna is taking her place back at the net.
Yeah, that's my bad. Just 2 Brazilian players coming in.
Yeah.
That's only 1 substitution for sure. Joran Wong. Oh, miss hit by Alison Lang with the hand just a bit too much open. And Fernando Lagues Guimarães shouting. This point is also for Canada. Julie Kazoun. Good one, a good reception. And Xu Ellen pushing this one deep to position 1. Exactly where Julie Kazoun was coming in the court. (22 for Brazil, 18 for Canada. Great reaction by Giselle on this block.
Substitution out, number 3 for Brazil.
1 substitution on each side of the net. Adria coming in for Brazil. And Jennifer McRish in for Alison Lang.
Canada. 16 in.
That's a perfect one for Daniel Ellis. No blocker in front of her and a great swing.
So Giselle is back. So she won't be the setter in this position. After the reception, quickly moving to the middle to be a setter. Or
Great dig by Nuria. Macrae trying to backhand this one, but without control, and that's a first set point for Brazil in the second one.
and one of the best Brazilian servers, Suelen, to maybe finish this set.
Giselle for Janaina, Nuria for the cover. Janaina second time, and this time, this second set goes to Brazil. They won the first one 25-18, and this second one 25-19. They are now leading 2-0 against Canada. Well, we knew that it would be a tough game for Canada. They're able to hold the rhythm for 15 points, but then it just goes too quick for them. And the miss of their second setter is such a great opportunity for Brazil to have a 2-0 lead in this game. We'll be back tomorrow here at the Parc des Sports at 4 p.m. for the last day of the round robin, with Brazil playing pretty early against Italy. China against France is the second game of this Saturday, and we'll be done with the very last game of this round robin stage, the USA against Canada.
And to this point, we may think that Canada will have to be back on the field early on Sunday morning for the game for 5 and 6. On Sunday, matches will take place on 11 a.m. (1 p.m. and 3 p.m. Brazilian squad is already ready to enter the court, while Nicole Ben is still talking to our players.
And Ellen, do you know what Nicole is doing when she's not looking for the tactical solution?
No idea.
She's recording podcast with Heidi Peters, a podcast called Take a Seat, not with S-I-T but S-E-A-T. And it's of course something you can listen on all the podcast applications. Take a Seat with Heidi and Nicole, players and coach talking together about sitting volleyball, with some very interesting interviews that you can listen to. Will it help for this third set? Yeah, I know what I will do tonight.
You didn't know what to do before sleeping tonight, so...
Of course, now I will listen to this one.
Now you do. And a great first serve by Sweden.
There is so much to do in Vendôme after the sitting volleyball day, and I might find some time to listen to this podcast for sure. Melanka with this deep one, too deep. And an early 2 points lead for Brazil. Oh, video challenge on this second point. That's a perfect timing to choose the episode of this podcast I will listen to.
Le challenge vidéo, le motif, balle in, out. D'ici quelques secondes, le résultat sur l'écran géant.
And the ball is in.
Le challenge vidéo gagné pour l'équipe du Canada.
So the score is actually 1-all.
Danielle Ellis with the serve. She showed a great streak at the end of the second one. Not enough to win the set, but still a great one.
Won't be a streak this time. Not enough spin in the ball.
Second point for Brazil. Good block by Petit.
And good cover by Jolan Wong, but the Canadian libero can't do anything on this one.
What a great set by Giselle for Laiana. She completely changed the game on the other side of the field. Great fight by Kazun. They fight it as hard as they can.
Nickelban is still asking for a lifting. Yeah, maybe Cheyenne was not exactly on her bet when blocking this one. But
Anyway, it's not something you can challenge. You can be unhappy with the referee decision, but still, it's only a loss of energy.
But sometimes it's just good to yell a little bit when you get frustrated about something.
Especially if you want to gain some ranks in the yellow card race. But Nickelban is pretty safe for the moment. She didn't get any.
Obviously, this yellow card race is something totally unofficial.
That's our yellow card ranking for sure. It's not something we'll have in the closing ceremony. We need some mopping action in the middle of the Brazilian fire camp. Never good to have some water close to the fire. Giselle with this deep serve behind Heidi Peters. Good set, Natalie.
Oh, great save by Wong.
What a dig. Good block. Oh, they deserve it, and this one is for Jolan Wong.
And that was an amazing rally.
What a great dig with her fist.
4 Canada, 5 Brésil. 4 Canada, 5 Brésil.
Oh. She did her best. She was on the line. But it's always easier to dig it with the hand than with the head. Just came so fast.
And we have a little technical problem with our scoreboard, so don't trust it. The score is now 6 for Brazil and 4 for Canada.
Just a couple of points missing will be corrected very soon. No doubt about this one. Tough reception and free ball for Brazil. Blocked out for Laiana. Heidi Peters for the set. Just a bit too close from the net. Danielle Ellis. She's sitting in the back row, so not allowed to spike it in front of this 2-meter line. That's an outside set. Melanka able to deal with it, but then Makrish with the big unforced error.
Don't know exactly what she intended to do. Maybe to touch a Brazilian finger.
Or to put it high in the sky. So Brazil would have been disturbed with the sun here in Nancy. No way. The roof is closed. A good one by Melanka. She is the typical setter spiker, able to do both very properly.
And so is Heidi Peters with a very good quality of setting.
Very good reception by Nuria. Lucky dig, but a bit too long for Danielle Ellis. And a substitution coming. 2 players in, but only 1 substitution. I don't make twice the same mistake.
So this time it's no, Bruna is in for the libero, and yeah, Pamela in.
It's
in place of Laiana.
1-1 between you and me.
Yeah. Get a little tired as well.
We get some extra time to decide this one. And this point is for Canada, Danielle Ellis. Canada is still 4 behind. Alison Lang. Canadian number 17. Oh, Sue Ellen tried to block this one. But with one hand, it was very hard to have maximum control of it. And the block is for Natalie.
Showing her teammate how to do it.
And Brazil still has a pretty comfortable lead in this 3rd set. Short tactical one. All played in between the 2 blockers. I don't know how many points Danielle Ellis scored tonight, but it should be quite a lot. This one, Sue Ellen also got her block.
Yeah, so the lesson was good.
Natalie is a good teacher. Sue Ellen a good student. Not sure it's working this way, but anyway, both of them scored a great block recently.
Most of the time you learn from your own mistakes.
So there's Heidi Peters. She just watched this lesson in the presidential stand.
Allez, le score 9 points from the Canada team and 12 Brazil.
Oh, what a spike.
And a very little diagonal, very sharp angle found by Janaina Petit.
If I were Jolon Wong, I would put on a helmet for the rest of the game. This spike was just so hard.
Substitution for the Brazil team. In number 12, Layana Rodriguez Batista.
That wasn't quite nice to aim at our broadcast director, Arnaud Bessa. It was the perfect line, but clearly out of bounds. It's in. That's an ace for Caitlin Wright. And we can hear you clapping back home in Edmonton. Still a lot of work to do for Team Canada. They're two behind. Good serve. Very clever.
She had two blockers in front of her. It would have been difficult to spike it. So the tip was definitely the right solution. Two serve mistakes in a row.
Yeah, it was a close one. What can Heidi Peters do on this one? She can bring Canada back in contention. Good one. But the reception is fine. Oh, great dig. Another great spike by...
And at the end, the ball comes to Janaina, and then the rally is over.
She has a strong shoulder. And she's now ready to serve. 15 for Brazil, 12 for Canada. Good reception. The back set. But Llewellyn perfectly positioned in front of Judy Kazoon.
And Nicole Ban is getting mad at the referees, thinking there was a lifting.
No. She was wondering if she would take a timeout, but she requested a video challenge. And she will also enter the yellow card race. Look at this, Pierre Lebalge. But it's because the device is not working, probably. There's a big discussion between Daniel Ellis and Pierre Lebalge.
Yeah, trying to explain. That the device is not working. That
Well, Pierre Lebalge doesn't want to know anything.
It was not intentionally that Nicole Ban didn't ask immediately for this video challenge.
No, she didn't want to ask it.
No, both captains.
Well, if everyone is ready, we can bring some soft drinks and have something to drink on field. If they don't want to play further, nobody knows what really happened with this device. The thing is that Brazil is leading 16-12 in this third set.
And Gigi Prieto has brought a new device to Nicole Ban.
Well, what about the yellow card? Still not cancelled. That's a good spike and a great block out find by Julie Kazoon.
And Brazil should not get asleep as Canada is fighting back in this third set.
This was close, but still outside. $17 for Brazil, 13 for Canada. If you're just connecting with us on this live streaming, Brazil won the 2 first sets. And that's a winner for Layana.
And that's a timeout for Canada.
Allez, je vous rappelle, notez le lien demain, la suite de ce tournoi avec à 16h le Brésil face à l'Italie, à 18h la Chine face à la France et à 20h l'équipe des USA qui affronte l'équipe du Canada. On vous donne rendez-vous bien sûr demain à partir
And
de
the Canadian
16h.
side find a solution with this
Les phases
5
de
points
classement à
deficit.
11h, le match pour la 5e, 6e place. À 13h,
They will have another tough fight tomorrow evening against a neighbor from the USA for a North American clash in this round 5.
13 Soutine pour l'équipe du Canada, 18 pour le Brésil, 18 pour le Brésil, 18.
A bit of flack on this one for Daniel Ellis. But that's a 14th point for Canada. And Alison Leng, she's changing her position. She was serving from position 5, now she's moving to 6. Good reset by Nuria. Bit to the inside. And Leng and Peters are struggling to have a great communication together. We'll find again Natalie with the serve. And the substitution coming, the one we already had in the first 2 sets. Adria coming to increase the block 8 and to replace Giselle. Get back with the 3 blockers. The block was good, but the net touch also. And that's a video challenge for Fernando Lages Guimaraes.
Le challenge vidéo, d'ici quelques instants, le résultat challenge vidéo sur l'écran géant.
Well, the net is moving, but
Yep.
as you know the rule, it's allowed that the net moves from above, not from below, or the opposite. You can touch the net with your legs, not with your arms.
Il s'affiche déjà sur l'écran.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there is a mistake.
Net fault.
That's a mistake from Bruna. You can see her black stripes on their forearms. Melanka.
Les points, le score 15, Canada, 19, Brésil.
Good dig. And that's a good block out found by Daniel Ellis.
Great play by Melanka, setting directly in the middle for Daniel Ellis. So the Brazilian couldn't organize themselves in defense.
Natalie for the set. Janaina touched by the block. Peters touched by the block.
17 Canada, 19
And there's
Brazil.
only a 2 points difference now. And timeout for Fernando Lagues Guimaraes.
Time out, Brazil.
Already in the first one we saw Canada fighting back despite a big gap between the two teams. So Guimaraes doesn't want the same to happen in this one. He is probably looking to close the game as early as possible because he will be playing first tomorrow at 4 p.m. against Italy.
Allez, sur vos applaudissements, public de Vendœuvre, les deux équipes reviennent ici sur le terrain. Le score 17 Canada, 19 Brésil.
And we'll see these two teams in the same pool at the Paralympics also in August.
Absolutely, with Rwanda and Slovenia in Pool B, while France, the host nation, China, the USA, and Italy will meet in Pool A.
Well, Pool B looks a bit easier, but that's only what we can say from what is on the paper. It's never the same on court. Brazil is only 5 points away from another win in this competition. A second one for them. Yeah, Bruna can confirm that she touched the ball.
Le challenge vidéo demandé par l'équipe du Brésil.
No, he doesn't request the... Well, does he? It's never clear what's
I
happening.
think he just wanted to get sure that the point was not first given to Brazil. It happens. We saw it in the previous game that a coach may call a video challenge
on his own
when
point.
the point
But I saw
is
Bruna
given
just
to,
raise her hand to show
his
that
team, but-
she touched the ball. Another break in this game. We're pretty close from the end of this third set. Not quite sure it's the end of the game because for sure Canada will give everything they can in this third set. Play an additional one. DJ Prieto working on the screen with the video channel operator.
asking for a zoom.
De la bonne caméra et l'analyse prend quelques secondes de plus. Je vous rappelle, il y a 17 caméras tout autour du terrain. Et voilà le résultat de ce challenge.
Well, there is such a finger forest.
Both teams are cheering. Now Brazil is arguing. It's difficult to know exactly whose fingers are in contact with the ball. And no video challenge left now for Fernando Guimaraes.
18 Canada, 20 Brazil.
Good serve. Oh, Peters with a great block by Giselle. And there was a mismatch between the two players. She was standing so good in the right position. (21 for Brazil, 18 for Canada. Melanka for Ellis. Good dig. Janaina as strong as she can on this swing.
It was a real gift from her setter, Giselle. The ball was close to the net and two Canadian blockers stayed in front of Giselle, and so there was nobody left in front of Janaina.
And timeout called by Nicole Van. Brazil now has a 4 points lead and is only 3 away from a second victory in this women's World SUPER6. They lost the two first against USA and China. They won yesterday against France. And they will be taking on Italy tomorrow. So we can already start to calculate what will happen on Sunday. The big final is quite clear. Will be the USA against China. France would play at 11. But against who? It's still...
It's a good option now for Canada playing the little final for...
Yeah, only if they are able to beat the USA tomorrow.
5 or 6.
Which is not the odd. 23-18. They need only 2 more points. Louisa came in. Perfect reception for Heidi Peters.
Yeah, I think this one was touched. No, net fault is called.
Against Giselle, and she agrees. Caitlin Wright. Last time she served, she was aiming at Nuria in position 1. Peters finds the block out. After a great fight at the net, she counter-blocked the block on right serve and then finished the job with this block out. Good reception by Nuria and Giselle. Right had the dig, but no one able to cover it. And 4 match points for Brazil. Good, well done by Danielle Ellis to save the first one. Well, good news for Canada with Heidi Peters to serve. Maybe the best that could happen, but she needs at least 3 good ones. And this one is too hard, and the game goes to Brazil. 3-0. That's a second victory for the Brazilian side in this competition, and they're now standing with 6 points at the third place with Italy, which means that the game between Italy and Brazil tomorrow at 4 p.m. will be important to know who will finish third. And for Canada still has an option to beat the USA to reach this bronze medal final. We had a good day today. All 3 games ending on the same score, 3-0. Victories for China, the USA and Brazil. It was one more time a great pleasure then to be with you. We'll have a good night here in Nancy in Vendôme. Have a good night back home. Have a good day if you're in the USA, in Canada. And we'll be back tomorrow. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.